Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha 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 Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Sri Rama Sharanam Sharanam Sri Rama 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 Sri Lakshmi Sharanam Sharanam Sri Lakshmi 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 Durga Sharanam Sharanam Sri Durga Sri 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 Shiva Sharanam Sharanam Shivaya 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 Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Sharanam Ganesha Sharanam Ganesha Sharanam Ganesha Sharanam Ganesha Prabhu ji mere aao 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 Bhajle Govind Bhajle Govind Bhajle Govindam ये दुनिया है प्रभु की माया भजले गोविंदम भजले गोविंद भजले गोविंद भजले गोविंदम ये दुनिया है प्रभु की माया भजले गोविंदम प्रभु जी मेरे आओ 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 चारियों मेरा भया उदासी चारियों मेरा भया उदासी अखियाँ हरि दर जी मेरे आओ, आग पियासा मिटाओ जी आओ, अब आओ प्रभु जी मेरे। भजले गोविंद भजले गोविंदम, ये दुनिया है प्रभु की माया, भजले गोविंदम। प्रभु जी मेरे आओ, 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 प्रभु जी मेरे आओ।
Kushmito. Up. Kushmito Shaka Shankara Stena Putam Guru. Oh, he. Yeah, wash your hand for my chips. Wash your hand. Father, without washing your hand.
She's a right hand.
Right hand.
Right.
Sip the water now. Sip. Put it by your mouth. Again. Wash hand. Oh, Shani Panda Chandas. Oh, let's walk this way. Hands. Oh, Shri Chandanam Samarpayam. Uncle.
Stand in line.
Dene ke sahara tera. Right, next. Come, boys. Hands. Next.
Come this way.
Get him. Everybody go behind. Right, face south, Ashit.
Yeah.
Come in here. Yeah, come in this way. Right? Facing
Come
south?
Yeah.
By the head. Stay by the head.
Stay right here. Yeah.
Right, everybody go behind her. Get them flowers, Ashit. Here, Cherry. Give us. One time?
One time.
You take this one.
Oh, be Papa Shamade. Bole Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. Let us all stand as we begin this morning's Anteshti Sanskar to the dearly departed of this home. We pray to the Divine Lord Shri Krishna Bhagwan to bless, guide, help, and protect that soul of that dearly beloved Parbatee Sahadeo. Hari Om. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvastangatopi Va Yasmareta Pundari Kaksha Savarantaya Bhyusuchi Om Shantakaram Bhujagashainam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasagrisham Megavaranam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalaнаinam Yogi Bhridyanagamyam Bhande Vishnu Bhauveharam Sarvalokekanādam Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadguru Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Vishnura 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 Paramatmane Shriman Bhagavato Mahapurushaya Vishnurage Parvatmanasya Aritya Brahmano Hindi Dvite Vishnu Parare Sevat Varane Kalpe Vaivasvat Ashtahavin Kali Yuge Kali Pratancharanome Jambodip Shri Chanradeshasya Shri Pinal Gramhe Shri Ekadasi Titau Shukla Pakshe Dhanashati Nachatra Stula Yog Vashtikaran Ravivar Ashwanamase Krori Samvatsare Shri Yajman ka naam, take your name boys, Shri Pret ka naam, Shri Anteshti Karan Sankalpam Aham Karishye. Bole Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Ram Nam. You place yours on the chest, and boys, you can place yours in the box. Cherry water. You all may be seated. Hare Om Om Kashyap Putrasya Mritstanimitam Maya Dhyate Tau Patishtatam Om Amukha Gotrasya Mukpretasya Mritstanimitam Maya Dhyate Tau Patishtatam Om Shri Chandan Om Amukha Gotrasya Mukpretasya Chandanam Maya Dhyate Tau Patishtatam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, राम राम हरे हरे। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य चंदनं मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम श्री अमुक गोत्रस्य यानी परफ्यूम ने श्री वही ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य गन्धं मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। परिमाला बैठा है नशे
Yeah, she coming.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare। Use this actually. Om अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य पुष्पमाला मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य पुष्पमाला मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य पुष्पमाला मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य पुष्पमाला मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य पुष्पमाला मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य गन्धं मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य गन्धं मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य गन्धं मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य गन्धं मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य गन्धं मया ह्रियते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम यं द्वारे महाघोरे अंद्रनाथत्तलोकनाथाय दीपोऽयं तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम यं द्वारे महाघोरे अंद्रनाथत्तलोकनाथाय दीपोऽयं तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। ओम अमुक गोत्रस्य अमुक प्रेतस्य यं द्वारे महाघोरे अंद्रनाथत्तलोकनाथाय दीपोऽयं तौ प्रतिष्ठताम्। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो। और कोई न केवल हारा हो फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर रे। विश्व को भी अमृत कर रे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर रे। विश्व को भी अमृत कर रे। पूर्ण कर रे सबकी आशा। पूर्ण कर रे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे. At this point in time, we will have the eulogy.
Good morning and Sitaram. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Devin, and Parbatee Sahadeo, also known to some of you here as Kaki or Butter, was my nanny. We have all gathered here today to mourn the loss of my nanny. She was an extraordinary woman, and good morning and Sitaram. For those of you all that don't know me, my name is Devin, and Parvati Sahadeo, also known to some of you all here as Kaki or Butter, was my nanny. We have all gathered here today to mourn the loss of my nanny. She was an extraordinary woman, and though it feels impossible to sum up her life in a few short minutes, I want to share a few words and reflect the immense love, strength, and wisdom she brought into our lives. To those who know her, Nani was more than just a member of our family. She was the heartbeat that kept us going. She was a loving sister, devoted wife, caring mother, and proud grandmother and great grandmother. She had an unwavering commitment to her family, always putting others before herself. Her home, this home we gathered in today, was a sanctuary filled with warmth, laughter, and irresistible smelling of her cooking. A place where you always felt welcome no matter what. Nani was a hard worker. She knew the value of effort, of putting your best into all you do. At a young age, due to her mother's passing, she was trusted into the role of caring for her younger siblings, whom she raised with love and care, along with instilling in them core values such as hard work, resilience, and honesty. Whether it was in her role as a sister, wife, mother, or grandmother, she approached each of them with dedication and pride. She taught us all the true meaning of perseverance and the importance of doing things the right way, no matter how hard they might be. My nanny was a woman that was very passionate about her faith, and it is something she ensured was passed on to her children and grandchildren. She invested many years of her life into the Gopal Krishna Mandir, which was established both herself and my late Nana. As a wife, she was a true partner to my Nana. They supported each other through the highs and lows. She stood by him, always just as she did for each of us. Her quiet strength was the glue that kept our family together. After my Nana passed away just a year ago, she showed incredible resilience. Though their absence together now feels even greater, even in her time of grief, she remained a source of strength for us all. As a mother and grandmother, she was our rock. She raised her children with care, instilling in them the values of hard work, honesty, and kindness. And when her role expanded to include us, her grandchildren, she embraced it wholeheartedly. She was never too tired to listen, never too busy to show up when we needed her, and she always had some words of wisdom to offer. I can say without a doubt, I would not be the person I am today without my nanny, who always been a constant in my life for as long as I can remember. As we say goodbye, let's not focus on the sadness of her passing, but celebrate the incredible woman she was. Let's remember her laughter, her selflessness, and the way she made each of us feel. She may be gone, but the love and legacy that she left behind will stay with us forever. Thank you, Nani, for everything. We love you, and we will carry your memory in our hearts. May your soul find eternal peace.
Thank you very much. Now, at this point, I would like to call on Avinash to say a few words before we move on.
Sitaram, Namaste, good morning, everyone. As we all here gathered for the funeral service of our Kaki, as we know her, Parbatee Sahadeo, just want to say just a few words about Kaki. As a little boy growing up, I know Kaki to be a very hard-working person involved in the community with Uncle Sud, late Uncle Sud, being involved in the Kalichuran Memorial Temple, being involved in various yagnas, being part of the group, being part of committees, being part of, various aspects of the community, assisting in cooking, being a good team player, a good role model, and a very, very kind-hearted and loving person towards the entire Ramlal family. In the last few days, I had I wouldn't say the privilege, but it was my duty to be at her side, both at the resuscitation room and intensive care. And the last conversation I had with Kaki was at ICU. And when she was able to speak, she held my hand and she said, Avi, she said, boy, I'm ready to go home. I said, Kaki, just a few more days and you'll feel better and you will go home. And she asked for my kids and she spoke about everything. So my wish for Kaki today is that I hope that her soul goes to the Paramatma. May her soul rest in eternal peace and may her legacy live on. Sitaram.
At this point, we would like to call on Richard Sirju now to say a few words.
Good morning and Sitaram, everyone. Well, I've heard a few names. I've heard Parbatee, I've heard Kaki, and I've heard Butter. But we didn't know her on my side of the family. We didn't know her as any of those. For those of you who don't know, I am Nangin's son. So on our side of the family, we knew this individual as either Dennis' mother or Susie mother. That was the reference that we had for her. In the drive down to one of the weeknights, my father fondly recalled his first meeting of Susie's mother. And that would have been when he transported Uncle Sad, my Nana, whom I never knew, unfortunately, and Uncle Sad's brothers to a home in Budu Trace to meet and greet with the family of this goodly lady. And that was many, many years ago. And since that time, when she became a part of our family, she has stood resolute and strong in all that she had to do. And if there was a time when she was challenged, her faith is what kept her going. If there is one word that I can find and utilize to describe Dennis' mother, it would be devotion. Devotion not only to God, which was at its highest for her, but devotion to her family, her duty and devotion to her husband, which we as Hindus refer to as Prativrata Dharma. Her devotion to her husband, Uncle Sad, knew no bounds. And it is this kind of simple commitment executed her devotion to her children and later on her grandchildren continued this trend of commitment, responsibility, and dedication. With all the trials and tribulations that we all face from time to time, she stood as an anchor and a pillar to this family. I have to say that in Kali Yuga, this yoga is referred to as karma yoga. Karma meaning action. And through your good actions, you are able to attain moksha. And Dennis' mother certainly was a reflection of that. If only for those reasons, I think that she would have fulfilled her purpose in an excellent manner with distinction during her lifetime, and certainly would be on her pathway to nirvana. Finally, I would want to make mention that this family, who I would refer generally to as the Ramlal family, we have known death many, many times. We have known death going back to my cousin Laura many years ago, and we have known death coming up all the way to, well, this is how we call them, Kenneth father, and then Kello was there, Uncle Sad, Uncle Jagdeo, all of these people. My simple point is that this family is not unfamiliar with the passing of our loved ones, but we continue to remain unfamiliar with the repercussions of it. And at every time and at every passing, we are brought to that shocking reality that our life, our lifetime is finite. Oh, I forgot one point. Same on the drive to the wake, my father, we were having this conversation, and I was telling him about the last little episode in this chapter of Susie's mother. The last part of it where she would have gone to Canada and took ill and so on and so on. And you know, in my own innocent, ignorant way, I would have said, you know, what if this and what if that and what if the next thing. And so my father just there listening. He's also a Pandit Mukram Surju. So he's just there listening to me going on and on about what could have been and what if we did this and what if we hadn't done this and if we had acted in a certain way or so on. And he said, let me teach you a word today. If you didn't know this word before, let me teach you a word. And that word that he said to me was bahana. And I said, okay, bahana. Sounding like bara to me, but bahana. And he said that word means a story. And in his experience, having recently celebrated his 80th birthday, in his experience, he is saying that every time there is a passing of someone, there's a bahana that goes with it. There's a story that goes with it. There is a spin on the passing. But he said, my son, I will tell you this. When it is your time, it is your time. You could say how much Kathan, Bahana, and read how much Ramayana, and say how much Chaupai, and do how much prayers. When it is your time, it is your time. You cannot escape that. It is the contract that you sign unknowingly at birth. And it is during your lifetime, by your karma, by the action, by the good that you do, that will determine whether you return as per our teachings through reincarnation in another form or fashion, or whether you will attain moksha or salvation or nirvana as we Hindus call it. But I will say that for myself, it is a good bahana we had. We had a wonderful opportunity to interact with this individual, and she taught us many things, many things. One of the things that will stay with me from her is that she always had a smile on her face. Even if you tell her Sitaram, she's smiling. If you're talking to her, she's smiling. So regardless of the challenges that she may have had, health-wise, physically, emotionally, mentally, in any way, she always had this smile on her face. And perhaps that is a good lesson for all of us, to smile through your pain and your tears and your challenges in life and become someone who does their duty with devotion like she did. In closing, I would say that now, out of the original Ramlal clan, there remains Kenneth mother. I don't even know her name, but Kenneth mother, and my mother as the two persons from the original set. Of course, we have Tanti Chinky there also, but from that original set, these are the two ladies who remain. And I want to say that during the lifetime of Susie's mother, these three ladies had an inseparable bond. And for them, for both of them, I know it is going to be very painful, although we know that this is inevitable. So with these few words, I say to all of you, thank you for your attendance, for your condolences, for your prayers, and for your well wishes on behalf of the family. I thank you very, very much for all the support that has been rendered during these last few days and in the coming days. This family is going to need that. And with much love and affection, we bid goodbye to Dennis's mother, and we hope and pray for the peaceful repose of her soul. May it attain salvation and moksha. Thank you, Sitaram.
And now we ask Carmen to say a few words. And while we wait for her to come to the mic, Uncle, you have basically half my speech and my discourse for this morning, right? You have taken half of my discourse for this morning. That is no problem.
Okay, Jai Sitaram, everyone. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to express some sentiments on behalf of our family as well. Well, Butter, as we call her, was my cousin from my dad's side, the eldest female cousin. Her father and my father were brothers, and she shared a special bond with our family. I know she was very, very dedicated to her children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, but this love and appreciation extended to the extended family. I remember her, so caring and so lovingly will inquire about her aunts and uncles, and if she knew that they were not well, she made it possible to go and visit them. And as far as I remember, she was very fortunate to see each one of them before their passing. My aunt, who died recently in New York, was here a couple months ago, and she called and she said, I want to come and see her before she leaves to go back to New York. And she was fortunate to spend, I think, about a half day with her. I vaguely remember when her mom passed away, but I know that her heart, her love, her dedication went out to her younger siblings. And whatever way she could have helped them, she was always there. She made the effort to do that. Even whatever occasion we had or event in our family, she was sure to be present there. And she will never leave before meeting us and greeting us. I remember when I started driving, I used to come here, and she used to take us to the mandir, the Kalicharan mandir. And I remember her cooking in what we call chulha, with firewood. The biggest chulha I have ever seen. And she would prepare meals there. Then I know she was also dedicated in this mandir here. I know her brothers lived abroad, but 5 of them, 1 is here. And when her brother in England died, we all went to the funeral. She went with us as well. And it was like a mini holiday as well. We had, went about a bit. And it was, I remember, really memorable days we spent. She was so dedicated to her husband. She would stay home here, make sure that he was cared for before she will leave to go anywhere. And I know she mentioned to us she wanted to go to Canada to visit her brothers. Her wish was to see those brothers. And I'm so happy that the children made it possible for her to make this journey to Canada, see her brothers, and come back. So I'm sure that she has left very much happy with what she achieved during her life here. And I was so, I mean, it's sad to miss her because, she reached out to all of us and we had such a good relationship. But, when I heard she passed away, I say how blessed she is to depart from this world in such an auspicious time during the Navratri and on the day of Durga Ashtami. So I think she is so blessed. And well, we all offer our prayers, but her deeds, her karma here, her whatever action she did on earth here is enough to take her to a really blessed place. So we continue to still pray for her and wish her all the best. May Bhagwan give the strength to the members of the family. I know how hard it is for them, to carry on without her. But I'm sure that her wish will be for you to carry on and to live a noble life as she did. Thank you, and Jai Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Carmen. At this point in time, I will just say a few words. 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 I when I got the call from Susie, right, Pandit Rohit called me first. I said, Ish, would you go do a funeral for me? I was like, yes. I was like, no problem. I'll see which part I come. He said, go Petrus. I was like, all right, well, that's right down the road here. Right? So, this morning we are gathered here to celebrate the life of Parbatee. There's not much I can say again because the family had said such wonderful things that, it covered everything in her existence, in her life here. But Bhagwan says in the Gita that this body, when it cannot function anymore, when it cannot do what it's supposed to do, that soul will leave its body and attain a new one and start a journey back to God. And so too, just as we as humans, when we wear a jersey or wear a shirt or something and get a burst, do we put it back on? No. We take it off, we change it, and we get a new one. Right? So to the soul, when the body is tired, and it cannot function anymore, and it cannot do what it would normally do on its own, that soul will see it fit to leave this body and start its journey anew. And such is the cycle of birth and death. My dear friends, family, well-wishers, loved ones, there's a story in the play Manjali that refers to a pond. And that pond was surrounded by 6 other ponds. Little ponds, I would say. And when those little ponds would have dried up, that bigger pond or the elder pond would fill it back. Until one day it was empty. And the ponds around it tried to replenish it. But there was a risk. If they were to replenish that pond, they themselves would become empty. Why? And the moral behind this story is, my dear friends, is that no matter what our parents do for us, no matter how hard we may try in life, we cannot repay them. For when they go nights without sleep when we are sick, when they go nights without food when we are hungry to make sure we eat, they would remain hungry. And this auntie here, she would have done that for her kids. She would have made sure that when the day comes, they have food, they had clothes, they had everything that they need, right? At the same time, making sure everything was done. And she would sacrifice everything for her family, as you would have heard in the stories. So too, we as children, because we are all children, no matter we are an adult, we are all children. And no matter what we do, what our parents did for us, we cannot repay them in this life. That is why it is said, the ultimate sacrifice a child can make is to perform, well, a male child that is to perform the Antishti Sanskar for their parents. That is the ultimate sacrifice each and every one of us have to make here today. For when our parents, our loved ones lie like this, the only thing we can do is make sure they have a proper send-off and the proper rites and rituals performed. I am sure when the grandchildren would have come, or even when Susie was growing up, that her mother would always make sure she has everything. But there's one thing, right? A grandparent will treat a grandchild different from how they treat their own children. A grandchild would have gotten away with anything. And I'm sure the grandchildren of this home would have gotten away with anything. I am sure that when they come, their grandmother would have had all the snacks, make sure the fridge was stocked up, and they could have watched TV no matter what. In their eyes, their grandchildren were their eyeball. Any child, when they go by their grandparents, would not want to go home. Why? Because they know when they go home, they have schoolwork to do, they have chores to do, and they have everything else to do. But when they're by the grandmother, everything is being done for them. Right? So I'm sure she would have treated all of them the same, equally. And I'm sure they would have enjoyed every moment of it, every memory that was made. And my dear friends, that is how we cherish and we eternalize a person when they are here no more. You see what we do here today? And you see what memories we make now in life? Is what will eternalize that family, is what will eternalize that person, and it is what will their legacy will live on. For when we have our gatherings, we would look back at the fun times, the loving times, and the times that we would have made jokes, laugh, and remember a story of Auntie. And we would have remembered what she would have done for the community, the temples, her grandchildren, her children, her brothers, her sisters. And you would remember a fun story, and that is what immortalized them in life. And that is what will carry on their name. So my short message to you, my friends and loved ones, live today as there is no tomorrow, and make memories that you would all look back on and laugh and have happy thoughts about. For at the end of it all, each one of us will be lying in this state. I myself included. I am not going to be here forever, and neither any one of us. Or as the old people would say, or the elders would say, my bad, we are not here to turn stone. We are not here to turn stone. One day to come, we all will be like this. Aya bi akela, jaya bi akela. Ek din hame bijana hai. One day to come, we will all leave this world. We come alone, we go alone. What we carry with us? Our karmas. Because not even the clothes goes with us, because that is burnt. Not even the clothes go with us. It's our karmas, our action, our devotion, our love, what we do, how we do it, and when we do it. Because we cannot tell what happens, when it will happen, and how it will happen. In today's society, we cannot tell or predict anything. What we could do is live as one, help each other, and be there for each other. Live as how Auntie would have lived in the community. Help when you can help. Give when you can give. And don't look back. And don't look back. For your blessings will come eventually. At this point in time, I will ask the immediate family first to come and offer their flowers and perform arti. And while that is in progress, there will be a few bhajans. I hear these ladies singing beautifully when I come. So I'll ask the ladies to sing a couple bhajans while this is in progress. So I will ask the immediate family to come forward first, and then we will follow by friends and family and well-wishers. What? Sus, Doti? Sus. You married?
Yeah.
Sindor?
Yeah.
Flop Mala alone.
What is that?
Mala alone fee. Loyalty, right?
Both of us married.
Right? So two daughters,
Just-
right?
right.
So that's Mala's alone, and then grandchildren could put flowers, arti.
Okay, so we just put in Mala.
Yeah.
We had a bowl?
Yeah,
you can go.
pick up
Wait, by the feet?
by the feet.
Okay.
Vaya sadhu jyoti janamagavaya. We will like the arti for them who want to do arti.
Come on.
Yeah, okay, because say by the first couple of before the person.
Do you mute?
Was it?
You muted?
Yeah, I don't think you know.
Who? No,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. At this point in time, I ask the boys, the main fellows, to come forward as we get prepared to leave to go down to the cremation site. I ask you all to stand as we pay our final respects and as we do our final closing prayer at the house before we move forward. We all pray to that divine Lord Sri Krishna Bhagwan to bless, guide, help, and protect that soul of Auntie on her journey. And wherever that soul may be, may it attain moksha, liberation from this cycle of birth and death. Hari Om. Jerry, give them flowers. Hari Om Adhana Dani Danodeva Shanka Chakra Gadadara Akshaye Pundari Kaksha Preta Muksha Prarubhava Hari Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Bandhu Chaseka Tvameva Vidya Drabidhan Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Pret Atma Shanti, Pret Atma Shanti, Pret Atma Shanti. Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Ram Nam. At this point, those who offer your flowers in the box. At this point, those who want to come and have a final viewing before we leave can do so, at which we will leave in about 5 minutes. So. Are they walking out with her? Are they walking out with her? Empty out the can for on the ground. Right, good. Rest back the day inside, yeah? Come by the right hand for me now. Take out the penda from the right hand and you put it inside the left hand. In she hand, yeah. So you take it out from the right hand, right, the penda, the ball, right, that, and you put it inside the left hand for her to hold it.
Right here.
Inside the hand,
Right here. Put it in.
Right, open, yeah, that help. Raise it, make sure you go inside. Alright, good. Pinda. And water.
So I have it right here?
No, I had you. Hold. Oh, mamuka gotrasya, muka pretasya. Pindo pari mayadiyate tau. Patishtatam. Inside the right hand. Let's see some. Yeah. Rest it right there?
Right here.
Yeah. Let's put some water on top here. Right, don't put it inside. Remember, we had to take it back out. So rest it. Rest it more inside the box. Don't rest it there. Right, good. Hold. Open your hand for me. Right, you're doing your hand so. Oh, your cap, then your hand. Yeah. Next week. Yeah.
Right. That's the way.
Oh, mamuka gotrasya, muk pretasya, til toyam mayadiyate. Alright, fellas, let me go.
Yeah, that's 1 second. Let me just pull out. No, sure.